This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Man charged after stealing stove and a dresser from cousin's home. 28-year-old Odin Wright, also known as Oscar, a counter clerk of First Street Racetrack in Clarendon, was arrested and charged with housebreaking and larceny on Monday, February 7, 2022. Reports are that on Sunday, January 23, 2022, about 9 a.m., Wright and another man entered a premises owned by his cousin and stole a 5-burner gas stove valued at $34,998 and a dresser valued at $40,000. The investigation led to Wright being implicated, and he was picked up and subsequently charged. Popular Western Jamaica attorney Muriel Beckford dies suddenly. One of Western Jamaica's most senior criminal defense attorneys, Muriel Beckford, has died. Beckford reportedly became ill during one of his regular morning runs. He was taken to the Savannah Lamar Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Beckford was a regular 10-kilometer marathon runner who won his age group during popular runs such as the Mobile City Run. According to friends close to the 50-year-old partner at the law firm Beckford, Smith and Wade, the attorney went running Saturday and complained of not feeling well. However, this morning he woke up feeling better and went running again. 10 minutes into the run, he complained of nausea, started vomiting, and then fainted. He was rushed to the Savannah Lamar Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. His death has left a gloom over the legal fraternity, with immediate past president of the Cornwall Bar Association, Lambert Johnson, grappling with a tone of sadness. This was the most unexpected news, and it has left us mourning and in shock, Johnson told the news. Beckford was reportedly training for a marathon in Peru in South America later this year. Current president of the Cornwall Bar, Michael Hemmings, was too hurt to speak of Beckford's untimely passing. 50-year-old man charged with wounding with intent. 50-year-old Gary Buchanan, a porter of Henley Road, Kingston 11, has been arrested and charged with wounding with intent following an incident on West Bay Farm Road, Kingston 11, on Saturday, January 8. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that about 8:45 p.m., a man was standing on the roadway talking with a friend when he was allegedly attacked and stabbed by Buchanan. Residents assisted the injured man to the hospital, where he was admitted. Buchanan was subsequently arrested and charged for the offense. Mackenzie promises improved drainage system for Runaway Bay. Local Government Minister Desmond Mackenzie has promised that steps will be taken to improve the drainage system along the Runaway Bay Main Road in St. Anne to prevent further flooding. Last week, the minister toured sections of Portland, St. Mary, and St. Anne that were affected by recent heavy rains. Runaway Bay Square was inundated for several hours following the rainfall. Mackenzie said clogging of the waterways with garbage contributed to the flooding and has urged the residents to take greater responsibility to protect the environment. When I look in some of the gullies and the drains, we are seeing where people dump old refrigerator and old cars, Mackenzie said. Senior Director for Project Implementation at the National Works Agency, Varden Downer, said that the agency will be expanding the drains at Runaway Bay Square to better accommodate the volume of water during heavy downpours. We are going to look and see how much we can open these drains to allow the floodwaters to drain away, he said. 28-year-old shot allegedly trying to disarm police. The Elletson Road Police have charged 28-year-old Ryan Miller, otherwise called Raw, a carpenter of Rockingham Road, Kingston 2, with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition following an incident on Simpson Road in eastern Kingston on Thursday, December 30, 2021. Reports are that about noon, a team of police officers was on patrol when they saw Miller fleeing. He was accosted but reportedly resisted arrest and was shot when he allegedly tried to disarm one of the police officers. Miller was shot to the upper body and a burst 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 12 9mm rounds was seized. He was taken to the hospital where he was admitted for treatment. 3 shot, 2 fatally in Trench Town. The Kingston Western Police are probing the fatal shooting of 2 men and the wounding of another in a section of Trench Town on Saturday. Dead are 48-year-old Carbar Thomas and 27-year-old Diego Edwards, both of Kingston 12 addresses. Reports reaching the news are that shortly after 5 p.m., gunmen went to 9th Street in the area and opened gunfire on a group of men before escaping. When the shooting subsided, Thomas, Edwards, and another man were found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. They were assisted to the hospital, where Thomas and Edwards were pronounced dead. The other man, said to be a taxi operator, was treated for his injuries. A motive for the double murder and the shooting is yet to be ascertained. Man posing as a Good Samaritan arrested for $1 million theft. One of 2 men who posed as Good Samaritans and offered to help a motorist to change a punctured tire in Uteria, St. Anne has now been charged in relation to the theft of $1 million from the driver's vehicle. The incident happened on Friday, December 10, 2021. Delore Laird, 41, otherwise called Steely, a farmer of Gabby Street, Greenville, Mandeville in Manchester, has been charged with a simple larceny. The St. Anne's Bay police say about 2:30 p.m., a man went to a bank in Oterios and withdrew $1 million. He left and was changing a flat tire along Evelyn Street when Laird and another man reportedly offered to help. However, when the 2 men left, the motorist noticed that his bag that contained the cash had been stolen from his car. Laird was subsequently arrested and was charged after he was pointed out during an identification parade on Friday. His court date is being finalized. Shaw vows to get Western trains rolling. Transport and Mining Minister Audley Shaw has said that under his administration, the railway system from Montego Bay to Kingston, which has been out of service since 1992, will be reopened. Addressing journalists during Wednesday's $34 million contract signing ceremony for a runway expansion project at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James, Shaw said that Jamaica's railway service, which was built in 1845, should not be allowed to remain unused. In terms of the railway, I just want you to know that I am taking a very, very serious and a careful look at it, and it is not if we are going to bring it back to Jamaica, it is when. The reason why we must do that is that history would frown upon us if we don't, Shaw said. The British brought the rail service to Jamaica primarily to haul around the sugarcane, but 30 years ago we closed down Jamaica's rail service. The tracks are still there and we are going to reopen the service, Shaw added. We cannot allow this valuable asset to remain dormant, and I am committed to restoring the train service in Jamaica. Prior to its closure, Jamaica's railway system saw much use in the 1940s when bauxite was discovered in the island, with the railway being the preferred means of transporting the bauxite extract for processing and shipping. The rail service also provided various types of employment to rural western communities such as Catadupa, St. James, where a railway station was installed and active as the train ran its route to and from the Appleton estate. While he did not give an estimated timeline for the revival of the service, Shaw said that it would be done in 3 phases with a focus on tourist trips to the Appleton estate in St. Elizabeth. We are going to start with the first phase being from Mount Pelier in St. James to Appleton estate, which is going to be primarily focused on tourism and the tourists. They can go through and make stops along the way and end up at Appleton estate, Shaw explained. Then the next phase will be Montego Bay to Mount Pelier, and then the final phase is going to be going back to the rail service from Kingston to Montego Bay. The Jamaica Labour Party administration, elected in 2007, had previously attempted to revive the railway service, but this effort fell through after the People's National Party came into power in 2011. At that time, it was argued that the operation of railway service in Jamaica was unsustainable as it was too costly. After the JLP returned to power in 2016, the administration held high-level talks with Herzog Jamaica Limited, a subsidiary of the United States-based Herzog International Incorporated, which outlined the plans for phased revitalization of the local passenger rail service. However, those talks were halted in December 2017 after Herzog Jamaica Limited failed to meet the deliverables of a non-binding memorandum of understanding that was signed with the Ministry of Transport and Mining. During the recent rollout of Jamaica's new commuter rail service for students last month, the Transport Minister, Robert Montague, said he was proposing a further expansion of the Jamaica rail service to minimize the traffic on the island's roads. 168 new COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, one more death. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has reported 168 new COVID-19 cases and one death on Saturday, February 12, bringing the infection total to 127,054 and the total deaths to 2,739. The new cases comprise 93 females and 75 males, with ages ranging from 50 days to 101 years. The cases were recorded as follows: Kingston and St. Andrew 32, St. Catherine 29, St. James 17, Trelawney 14, Westmoreland and Clarendon 13 each, St. Mary and St. Thomas 10 each, St. Elizabeth 9, Manchester and Portland 7 each, Hanover 5 and St. Anne 2. The deceased is an 89-year-old male from Manchester. The death occurred between August 2021 and February 2022. There were 319 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 73,268. Currently, 328 people are hospitalized, 42 of which are severely ill, while 11 are critically ill and 64 are moderately ill. The Health Ministry has reported a positivity rate of 14.8%. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.